Hello, we are together again, and I want to talk to you about this fast we're doing. Um, put in the comments if you're joining in. Yay, me! Even if it's maybe you're catching this a little late. We talked about it last week. We did a kickoff call, but maybe you're just jumping in today and you're like, wait, what fast? Okay, we are doing a community doubt and unbelief and negativity fast. And we're going to do this until I have one hair that just keeps sticking. We're going to be doing this until Easter, okay? All of March, all the way till Easter, till Resurrection Sunday. We're going to be doing this fast together as a community. You can be contending for something or just wanting to make your priorities correct in your life and put God above everything else. So if you want to join us in this community fast with doubt, negativity, and unbelief, please join us. If God has given you something else that he wants you to fast, you go for what God's saying, okay? But let's do this together corporately. There's something so powerful about making a stand corporately, right? And especially when it comes to something with the Lord, right? And where two or three are gathered in my name, well, we're way more than two or three, right? And so if you have something you're contending for, now is the time. Join with all of us doing this together. We're all praying together at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Set your alarm. I've been doing it every single day, and there's something amazing knowing that my prayers are going up as incense to the Lord and commingling with people all over the country. Moms with intention, right? So let's do this together. I urge you. And there's something really interesting about doing a fast like doubt and negativity and unbelief. So these are very abstract-ish things, not really so measurable. Now, if God has asked you to fast food, sugar, something super tangible, screens, whatever, you have a really good evaluation of like, how did I do today? Right? How did you do? And I want to let go of the performance before I even go there. Like, this is not about performance. This is about putting it at the feet of Jesus, realizing that we're human and we need Jesus. We need him so bad, and inviting him into that time and putting him above whatever it is that you're fasting. So, when we're let's go with food, right? If we're doing a certain food, if we're fasting bread, okay, then every time that we think about bread or go to reach for bread, it's a reminder of, oh no, wait, I'm fasting. And then you get to like choose to put God in that place instead, right? And it's just a really like kind of almost an easier way of like reminding yourself, oh, I'm fasting, right? This weekend, I was really milling this over, going, it's actually, and I've told you, I told you my story. I've done this before, but it's actually harder, I think, to do a more like idea, something like belief. It's like, how do I measure that, right? How do I measure, did I miss stuff in the day? Is there times where I didn't fast the unbelief and I chose to agree with it and go with it, let my thoughts roll, and I didn't even catch it, right? I didn't even know I was doing it. And of course, since we have this, we're intentionally fasting it, so there's going to be an increased awareness than rather just regular day-to-day life, right? But when like it's harder to be at the end of the day like, oh, did I miss some? Did I, right, right? Did I catch all of them? I'm not sure. So I wanted to challenge you today to join me in a way to do like an accountability and increase our awareness of how our fast is going, right? So um I we are putting into place in our home that we're going to talk about this at the dinner table. Okay. Check in with each other at the dinner table. How are you doing? How did you do today with your fast? Be real. Be like, I failed it today. Like, I totally forgot I was fasting. Right? Or, hey, this could have happened. This, my thoughts went here, but I caught it and I chose to believe what God was saying instead. Like, I urge you to come up with a way to do this with your family even if you're the only one fasting, be like, hey, kids, I want you to check in with me at the dinner table every night. And I'm going to tell you how I did. Okay. And I'm going to be real. They are going to get, again, like how I told you before, invite your kids in as your accountability. They're going to learn so much. They're going to love having that role, and they're going to watch you walk through this with God. And then you're also releasing testimony, right? You're like, oh, I had a hard time with this today, but God showed up here, right? Or I did amazing and I chose to believe this, this, and this instead of the lies I usually believe. And and then you're showing your kids, your kids are watching before their very eyes. You renew your mind, right? Renew your mind to the mind of Christ. They're watching how you do that. They're getting to participate in it. When you're starting to talk about the things that you are choosing to be believing for or to be positive about, right? And to choose not negativity, but joy and positivity and hope in this area, right? Instead, they're watching all that and they're ingesting it. You're feeding their soul as much as you're feeding your own. And so you're changing the culture in your home by talking about this fast. It's incredible. So let's do this, okay? Let's find a time with your kids as a check-in. Maybe it's when you pick them up at school and you're on the drive home. Maybe it's the dinner table, right? Maybe it's like, are your kids doing it too? Find a time that you guys are going to check in every day. And then look, after 30 days, this is going to become like a habit. You guys are going to be checking in with each other regularly, even after Easter, about what are the things that God was doing in your day, right? This is so cool. The possibilities that this brings are so cool. And so I urge you, somehow check in with your kids, do a check-in, and then also do a personal check-in. Maybe it's right before you start dinner and you take an inventory and you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to share today. And you write it down in a journal. Maybe it's before bed. You're like, okay, let's get real, Lord. This is where I did great. This is where I didn't. This is where you showed up no matter what. This is, yeah, Aisha, you love it. Yes. So maybe it's you, or maybe it's in the morning and you wake up and you're like, this is why I'm setting my intention in this way for today, right? And you start your day with believing and with positivity and with hope and with joy and going, no, I'm not inviting in doubt today. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doubting the Lord today. Where do I need to walk in faith, Lord? Right? And it's in your morning time with the Lord. Somehow keep a record. I'm just going to throw this out there. Maybe you print out, maybe you go on Google Calendar, print out a month of March thing, and just in the square of the calendar every night, do a quick little couple words. Maybe the ways that you did choose belief, the way where you chose hope, where you chose, where you rejected to doubt, where you invited God in, right? Maybe that, and you're going to have at the end of the month, a testimony written down right in front of you of what God is doing in your life and what he's done. And you get to include your kids in this. You can make a calendar for every kid. And at the dinner table, we write down two words. Like you will have it in front of you. Like, look what God did over the month. That is so powerful. It's like, and then at the end of the month, we're celebrating his resurrection. And then these papers are like the altar. Remember, we're supposed to stop and remember what God did for us. He had them do that throughout the Old Testament. Stop, build an altar, call it something, remember what God has done. And every time you come to that altar, you remember what God did. It's so cool. Let's do a modern day version, right? Let's do this. And you can do it full out. You could do it half-assed. Honestly, like God can show up. Just make room for him. Make room for him to move. Even if that's all it is every day. Go like, God, help my unbelief. I want you to move. Okay? Do something. Don't let this month go by without letting it get you deeper with God. let it draw you into his presence, into more intimacy, grow in him, grow in knowing him, grow in knowing his character. And then give that gift to your kids. That is the biggest, most important gift you could ever give them. Helping them walk through deepening a personal relationship with the Lord. Honestly, it's what everything is about. Everything. So don't let the baseball and the Easter basket shopping and all the things, and then plus just tons of life, right? Get in the way. Put this as priority. Right? Yay, Aisha. She's like, I'm inspired. Yes. Good. I'm so glad. That was my goal today, to come on and inspire you to do something with your kids and let God move. Let God move. Okay. I'm going to leave you with that inspiration and join me. I'm going to post in the Facebook group I'm going to post a Zoom link and a date when we're going to do a group call. Just hop on together, encourage one another, share what we're doing. And let me look at my calendar. I haven't decided yet this week, but I'm going to put it in, but I will put it in because I keep sharing. But you guys, I'm submitting my book today to editing. Yay! So because of that, I was like, oh, I haven't yet set the date because I've been very, very focused. But celebrate with me that this is a big deal. I'm submitting my book to editing, and that means it's going to be out sooner than later. So super, super excited, and pray for that process as it just moves through the final processes of layout and editing and cover design and all the things. So, okay. But yay. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It is such a great feeling. Okay. So I will be posting that soon, and we'll get together and we will just encourage one another. Okay. Have a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Bye.